This is racist. This is ignorant. This is disgusting, and you need to leave. Hi everybody, and welcome back to our channel. Old Faithful, aka r/marriage, has provided us with even more drama this week. 3 stories that are all fairly short, but that all deal with the same topic of racism. I'm not going to waste y'all's time. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm thinking of divorcing my husband because he can't accept our daughter.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it!
My husband is white. I am mixed due to having a white mom and a Chinese dad, but I am white passing. Because genetics are weird, our daughter is Asian passing despite being only a quarter Asian. Our daughter is 7 and he has made comments in a disappointing tone about how she still looks so, how she still looks so Asian and how she isn't growing into her white features. Are you kidding me? This is giving the energy of a black man with his black partner looking at his newborn baby going, that baby can't be mine because they're light skinned and I'm dark. She still looks so Asian, and how she's not growing into her white features. The crazy thing is your husband's an absolute racist and you're glossing over it right now. Our 2-year-old son is white passing and he seems to treat our son better than our daughter. Obviously because he looks like him. I love my husband, but it's so, girl, help me understand something. You posted this on the worldwide internet looking for marriage advice about what to do with your husband when you have 2 tiny children that are part Asian and he's discriminating against one of them and you don't know what to do. Are you drunk? I'm upset with her. I love my husband, but it's so hard to continue to be with somebody who can't accept y'all's kids for the way she looks. This is racist. This is ignorant. This is disgusting, and you need to leave. As expected, nobody is supporting the husband in the comments. I love the top one that says, if he is actually treating her differently because of how her genes present, I would be out the door. Not only is that detrimental to her self-esteem, it's also incredibly disrespectful to you as a half Asian individual and to your family as well. Ooh, that's a good point. I'd be trying to get him to admit it by text or something in writing, then using it as evidence for why both kids should have limited access to him. It will be detrimental for their son long term also. That's absolutely correct. This girl is not a baby. She is 7 years old. Kids are not stupid. They understand a lot of what goes on around them, even though they can't put it into words. The verbiage that he is using about being disappointed about the way she looks, bro, I can't say those words on YouTube probably. I would red rum him, okay? I would red rum the man. Let's go on to the next post. I regret being racist towards my son-in-law. When my daughter first introduced me to the man she is now married to, I would be lying if I said I was thrilled to meet him. Up to that point, I had never really considered myself racist, and I was okay with other people being in interracial relationships. I just didn't want it to be my own children. We listen, we don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. Okay. Despite my best efforts to stop it, oh, you sabotaging wench. They eventually got married and now have 2 beautiful kids together. My daughter's husband, Mike, is a really good guy. He tried his best to reach out to me in the beginning, but I always remained as cold as ice. He bought many expensive gifts on holidays and birthdays and generally tried to take an active interest in my hobbies, but I always kept him at arm's length because he was a black guy married to my daughter and I didn't like it. I never did anything overtly racist like a racial slur at him, but the butt. I just never really accepted him, and I guess it got so bad that other people started noticing, and my son even pleaded with me to just give him a chance. This is a perfect example of how you don't have to do or say outright racist things to be racist. It's been 5 years since they got married, and somewhere around year 3, the calls stopped coming.
Who's gonna tell?
They don't get invited to do things anymore, and they don't spend the holidays with us anymore.
Well, I know why.
I see on my daughter's Facebook that most holidays are spent with Mike's family or traveling by themselves. They seem to be very happy and they both deserve it. I haven't had any meaningful conversation with my daughter beyond a hello, goodbye, could you pass the phone to mom? I haven't seen my grandkids in over 2 years and haven't spoken a word to Mike in the same amount of time. Over the last 2 years, I've had time to work on my prejudices and I've spent many hours on therapy and dealing with all the wrong feelings inside. Okay, love to see it. I know I was wrong and behaved in a horrible and disgusting manner. I am now paying the ultimate price, which is being cut off from my daughter and her family's life. I know I'm still a work in progress, but I've come a long way from the way I once was, and I will continue to work on becoming a better person for my grandkids. I owe them both an apology, but I owe the greatest apology to Mike. I wish I could turn back time and just accept that my daughter found an incredibly awesome guy and just love him as I should have done right from the beginning. I don't know if it's too late to get back in their good books, but I really want to try. But I don't even know where to start. I'm ready to do anything it takes. I was on 100 when we first started this post, and now I'm feeling a little bit more compassionate. Mike is not stupid. A lot of us as little black kids and growing up are educated on the fact that maybe people will not like us because we are a different color. Maybe not everything is racism and discrimination, especially if you have a little nasty attitude, but if you notice a pattern in behaviors, to pay attention to it. This man is hurt, and I think he did the right thing in keeping his kids away from her, but I'm also glad that she is now at a place where she's realizing, listen, I was stupid, I made poor decisions, and I want to right my wrongs. That I can commend and applaud. If she really has no clue where to start or how to go about it, she should go back to her therapist and ask her therapist to help her put into words what it is that she wants to say. Maybe they could have a mediated therapy discussion. I think even before that, putting the words in writing would mean so much, and not like text. I think a handwritten letter to this man apologizing to him would be wonderful, and even a handwritten letter to her daughter. They could take the information and process it on their own time, take time to come to terms with what it is that they want to do, and not feel forced into responding immediately or caught off guard. I love this comment. Write a letter to Mike and apologize. Be open and honest and ask for forgiveness. You dislike this man only due to the color of his skin, and he still tried for you to see him for who he is. It's going to take some time and honesty and hope. If you don't try to make amends, well, you don't have anything to lose as you already lost it. Perfectly said. The last one is the longest one. It seems to be a doozy just from reading the first paragraph, but am I racist? What can I do now? Hi everyone, I feel like I seriously messed up and need advice/help. I, 28-year-old female, married P, 33-year-old male, after less than a year of knowing him. I always thought it was odd when couples got married so quickly, but ended up doing so myself like an idiot. We've only been married for a little over a month, and I already regret it. Oh no. I feel like I made the wrong decision and should have waited longer to see if the relationship would run its course before jumping into marriage. We fight at least 2 to 3 times a week. That sounds like me and Alex. Thank God for premarital counseling. Listen, if y'all haven't gone to premarital counseling and you're thinking about getting married, go to premarital counseling. It digs up so many things that you would never think to talk about as a couple, or that one person might just stonewall you and not want to talk to you on. I know I'm losing track, but if you take anything away from this video outside of these stories, when you get ready to get married, go to premarital counseling. I am not asking you, I am telling you, do it.
Do it!
Most recently, it was because I told him I felt uncomfortable with his nephews calling me some variation of mama, to which he responded that I'm culturally ignorant and racist. I'm confused. Is this person white? Is he black? Because the whole mama and mamas thing is something that's very, very common in black culture, and I hate it. Also, is this lady white? This is information you should be giving at the beginning of the story, woman, okay? We're gonna continue though. I want to mention that I never said anything to his nephews/siblings. I only voiced my discomfort to him, thinking I could tell my husband how I felt, but apparently not. I have never been called racist in my entire life until him. To clarify, I'm a person of color myself.
I'm so damn confused.
And am deeply involved in my culture/community. He also said I'm whitewashed because I like some country music and said they'll never accept me. Not sure what he means. I'm not trying to be accepted by anyone. He considers many things racist or bordering on racism to the point that I think he needs therapy. For example, the other day a food service worker skipped over our number and served others who ordered after us. He said she had bad vibes. Another example would be an older man getting in front of us at a checkout line. He said the man was racist and it wouldn't have happened if we were white. When we drive, he says people who cut him off are racist. To him, it seems that everything is an attack and is racist. I urged him to get therapy prior to the marriage, and he tried, but his therapist sucked. Would end their 1-hour sessions after 15 minutes. Well, maybe it's because this man's a pain in the butt. He also said that most therapists are oh God. Just help me, Lord. Give me strength. I'm so upset. I always knew he had this issue with thinking everyone/everything is racist, but stupidly didn't think it would be directed at me. Holy guacamole. I don't know what to do, and I feel like I don't know the person I married. Ooh. I also feel like I'm starting to doubt my own reality and sense of self. I've struggled with major depressive disorder all of my life and have worked really hard to get to the point I'm at now. Nevertheless, I feel like I made a serious mistake and feel like I can't get out of it. Oh, I don't want to disappoint my family and friends. Divorce is still looked down upon in my culture, especially since we're newlyweds. I feel like I ruined my life and just need some advice/perspectives. I'm just gonna go to the comments. I don't have the emotional energy to deal with this nonsense right now. Husband sounds a little racist. More than a little. In my experience, the people who see racism around every corner are usually racist themselves. I get an annulment. He sounds like a miserable person to be around. I can almost guarantee you that if you have kids with them, he'll raise them racist too. Yep. It's exhausting energy. It's like conspiracy theory energy, and you can't reason with the person. You can't logic with them. You can't talk to them. Okay, that's a choice. If you want to think that everything is racist in life, then you can just live your oppressed life. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Get out, run far, far away, lady. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself, and don't do this to your kids. Don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. Do not get pregnant. I think my sentiments on these 3 stories are very, very clear. I would love to hear from you all in the comments what your thoughts are. As we always say on our channel, with God, all things are possible. See you all next week.